Consider two investors. Each puts $500 into the market every month for 30 years. Both select funds tracking the exact same top companies. Despite these identical starting points, 3 decades later, their final account balances sit in two different places. This gap originates from the two distinct vehicles they use to access the market: the exchange-traded fund, or ETF, and the traditional index fund. Online debates often focus on which fund type holds a mathematical edge. However, the performance difference often relates more to how humans react to these tools than to the tools themselves. Many people delay their first deposit for months because they are stuck comparing fund data, missing out on the growth that only comes from being in the market. When an ETF and an index fund track the same index, like the S&P 500, they hold the same shares of the same companies in the same proportions. As this 30-year chart illustrates, because the underlying assets are the same, both funds generate matching gross returns over time. If the growth is identical, it raises the question of why the financial industry offers two separate products for the exact same goal. The content of the funds is identical, but the mechanical methods for buying and selling them differ significantly. Choosing between them involves balancing the desire for precise trading control against the need for a system that prevents emotional decision-making. Global stock prices shift every second as millions of trades occur across the world. An ETF packages hundreds of stocks into one unit, allowing you to trade that entire group exactly like a single company stock. You can buy or sell an ETF at any minute during market hours, with the price fluctuating in real time. This structure typically lowers the barrier to entry, as investors can start building a portfolio with the cost of just one share, or even a fraction of a share. ETFs provide total control over your entry and exit points, allowing for precise execution at any point in the trading day. Index funds operate away from the active exchange. Investors buy them directly from the fund company that manages the assets. This process uses a rigid pricing schedule. The fund calculates its value and sets a single price once per day, well after the market closes. Since prices update just once a day, investors cannot attempt to time the market's hourly peaks and valleys. Giving up that intraday control allows the fund company to offer automated, recurring transfers, pulling money directly from a bank account to buy shares on a set schedule. The index fund trades immediate flexibility for a system that functions without daily monitoring or manual input. Imagine a Tuesday afternoon where negative news causes the market to drop 5% in 2 hours. An ETF investor sees this drop on their phone in real time. The ability to sell instantly creates a psychological urge to exit the market to stop the perceived bleeding. This accessibility often leads to buying when prices are high and selling when they are low, locking in losses during temporary market dips. Frequent trading also incurs short-term capital gains taxes, which can reduce the total value of an account over decades. An index fund investor lacks the ability to panic sell during the workday. The once-a-day price update serves as a natural barrier against emotional impulses. Because their system is automated, they continue to buy shares at lower prices during the crash, lowering their average cost over time. The flexibility of an ETF can lead to lower long-term returns if an investor lacks the discipline to remain inactive during market volatility. Selecting the right path depends on how you intend to manage your money over 30 years. If you prefer to automate wealth building and avoid the stress of daily market fluctuations, the index fund is the logical choice. If you are starting with a small amount of cash, want manual control over every trade, and possess the discipline to ignore market noise, the ETF fits your needs. Both pathways lead to the same high-quality market exposure. Long-term success depends on matching the investment tool to your personal temperament to ensure you never stop contributing. Delaying the first investment while debating these two options causes more financial damage than picking the wrong fund type. Real wealth is built through the steady application of compound interest over decades, not by chasing short-term trends. Select a low-cost fund, set up a recurring contribution, and leave the assets alone as the market moves. Open your account today and commit to the first deposit. Replacing the search for a perfect investment with a consistent, automated habit is the most reliable way to reach financial freedom.